Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here, and welcome back to System Shock Radio. So, I got a few topics for you guys, but first things first, if you missed last week's episode, go check it out on my YouTube channel. And I got a bunch of videos coming out between today and tomorrow, although all of them will be filmed today, but nevertheless, let's get into it. So, this first topic is that this year, and this is courtesy of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which is the newsletter like blog post, dirt sheet, what have you, pretty much run by Dave Meltzer. And one thing that Dave Meltzer is known for is his star rating. So, certain matches get certain star ratings. So, if it's like a bad match, it'll be a lower star rating, and usually the star rating is out of 5. But sometimes he's gone up to 6, and I think even 7. But it's usually up to 5, and 5 stars from Dave Meltzer is usually top of the top. Now, usually the WWE matches don't really get 5 stars, and admittedly, some of them, there's a lot of them actually that don't deserve the 5-star rating, but there are some that some would argue did, but didn't get it. The most they've gotten is like 4, 4.5, or 4.75. But sometimes Meltzer will throw a bone to WWE and give them a 5-star rating, and that's with the two that were before this year were Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker at Bad Blood 1997 in the Hell in a Cell match, which is also notable for being the first ever Hell in a Cell match, but also being the debut of Kane, the Undertaker's younger brother. But the other 5-star match that WWE has received up to this point, and this is not including NXT, this is like main WWE main roster, is CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011, which I reviewed that match. So if you haven't already, go check out that review on my YouTube channel. But before that was the only 2 5-star matches on WWE's in WWE's record book, I guess, until this year, because WWE this year has gotten not 1 but 2 5-star matches from Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and both of them I feel like definitely deserved it. The first was Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. Oh, that's notable for Cody wrestling a 20-minute match, a 20-minute Hell in a Cell match with weapons and weapon spots, all with an injured pectoral muscle. Well, Cody injured it while training and tore it off the bone, and he went into that match with a very nasty looking pectoral muscle injury. If you haven't seen the reactions from a lot of people, I recommend checking them out on YouTube. Just seeing like the faces of horror and the shock. I remember my jaw almost hit the floor when I saw that. Same with my dad, who was in the room at the time. When we saw Cody Rhodes take off his entrance jacket and saw that injury. Ooh, it was nasty. It was absolutely nasty, and the crowd pretty much in like a silence and like shock seeing that injury. Man, that looked it looked uncomfortable. It looked brutal, but Cody still put on perhaps arguably the match of the year against Seth Rollins there, and really showed, really proved his mettle, and showed why people looked at him favorably as a competitor. And it was one of the things where people knew about the injury before Hell in a Cell that night. People were saying, and WWE came out and said that Cody Rhodes was injured, but he was going through with the match anyway. So we didn't know quite what to expect, but the fact that Cody still gave that performance, definitely worthy of that 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer and everything. And Cody has earned, well, he's definitely earned my respect, and I'm sure he's earned a lot of people's respect with that performance. But the other one that just came recently, in fact, a couple weeks ago, was Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle for the Intercontinental Championship, the pay-per-view that took place in the UK in Cardiff, Wales. Now, when I saw that match announced, I was excited for it. I definitely wanted to see it. I knew it was going to be hard-hitting. I definitely definitely knew it was going to be physical, seeing what both men are capable of. The stuff I've seen from Gunther / Walter, I really liked, and of course Sheamus, who's been around for a while. A lot of hard hitting stuff from him I've always liked. And they definitely put on a clinic here. I was not disappointed at all. Man, I love this match. Man, it was so brutal. Both men's chests were lit up, and normally it's just Walter / Gunther doing the lighting up of the chest and turning the chest red into like looking like hamburger meat almost. But Walter's chest got messed up too, and I made interchange between Walter and Gunther here because the name change for Gunther, I've kind of come to terms with it a little bit, but it's still really dumb. But yes, absolutely physical match between the two, definitely worthy of that 5-star rating. Now, the thing about Dave Meltzer is ultimately he's just one man, so his opinion you can take with a grain of salt. If you disagree with his opinions, and a lot of people do, then that is perfectly fine. But it's worth noting that WWE's finally gotten the 5-star treatment from him, and his opinion is so well respected in the wrestling community, at least from a lot of people, even though it is biased, and some people have started to turn against it because it's biased. But the fact that these were probably given the 5-star treatment, these two matches, is a fantastic thing. But the next thing we're going to talk about here is the potential return of NXT TakeOver. And right after writing up this topic for this episode, I saw an Instagram post saying that we may be seeing NXT TakeOver returns. Now, when I speculated a potential return for NXT TakeOver, I didn't quite know yet that it looks like that might be the direction they're heading. But now to see this, I'm honestly pretty excited. For those of you who don't know, NXT TakeOver are like legendary. Takeovers usually have the best crowds, and they went to different cities and everything before the pandemic, and they went to places like New York or Brooklyn or Portland or the UK, London to be specific, or Toronto or Philly. So the takeover, and like I said, the takeovers were legendary. The crowds definitely came unglued for the takeover events, and when NXT was in its prime, and especially in like its third brand era, which Triple H has denied, saying, "Oh no, NXT is our developmental. They weren't really a third brand," because he was questioned about it during an interview. When he was questioned about AEW beating NXT in the ratings, Triple H said, "Congratulations, they beat our developmental brand." Triple H always saw it as a third brand, so I feel like that response there was kind of just a save face. He's Trips. Hunter, I know you took the L, but that's okay, man. You can bounce back, and you definitely bounced back so far since being in charge. But Takeover is great stuff, and like I said, they went away from it first when when it's the pandemic. They still had some takeover events, but it started being like named just regular events instead of after cities like Takeover in Your House or Vengeance Day or Stand and Deliver. But then the takeover name was dropped completely once NXT 2.0 came about. But now that NXT 2.0 is seemingly done with, and Black and Gold, or Black, White, and Gold is now back in place, there's a chance now that we could be seeing takeover events return as well, especially since WWE is touring again, like going to actual stages and everything. So I can't wait to see where they go in terms of like touring and stuff like that, in terms of like the takeover events and everything. And now I'll ask you guys, where do you want to see them go to when it comes to takeover? Me personally, I know it's not as big as like Brooklyn, the Brooklyn arenas and stuff like that, but I want to see an NXT takeover here in Buffalo. I think that would be really awesome. Or I want to see a takeover in Japan, and I'd definitely be down to see that So there's a lot of cities they haven't visited yet that I'd like to see them do a takeover in. And also, let me know what's your favorite takeover. Me personally, I don't really have too much an opinion of that because I didn't start watching takeover. I saw matches from previous takeovers, obviously, but I didn't start watching takeovers in full until like 2020. I think the first takeover event that I saw in full was Portland, which was right before the pandemic. And then from there, I think that's around when I really started getting into NXT a lot more. But and from there, the pandemic happened, and so the takeovers sadly weren't the same, mainly because it wasn't like a live crowd. But hopefully, with the return to touring and everything, takeovers can go to actual cities again and have those takeover crowds, which are usually electric, usually cheering their heads off, the NXT chants and everything, and yeah, good stuff. But I can't wait to see takeovers potentially return in the future. But the next thing I want to talk about is award shows. So stuff like the Grammys, the Oscars, the Emmys, and stuff like that. Award shows usually aren't really my thing. I'll be honest. Like, award shows I don't really pay attention to. Seeing people win awards is great. Usually it's supposed to be a sign of hard work and dedication being rewarded with an award and stuff. But other times award shows have brought some drama over the years, and some stuff that really makes you not want to pay attention to it. An example of this is like Kanye interrupting Taylor Swift, or the whole Will Smith incident that happened earlier on this year. So, like award shows and stuff like that, that's kind of why I tune them out. Also because I like seeing the actual action within the movies, not like them just talking about the movie. But yeah, if award shows are your thing, then I'm not gonna get into there. Sadly, just not my thing. But like I said, it's awesome to see, and I usually catch the highlights and everything, seeing hard work paying off and seeing people hitting awards for their hard work, such as when Joaquin Wilde won for Joker, won Best Actor for Joker, and stuff like that, or Will Smith winning Best Actor for King Richard. So, yeah, so seeing people win awards is great, but award shows themselves, I'm not really into. But that's just me, once again. But the next thing I want to talk about is something I'm very, very excited about. So, PlayStation Plus has, as we mentioned on a previous episode of System Shock Radio, has added different tiers. There's Essential, which is the one I'm in, like the basic and everything, and then there's a middle one, which I forget the name of, and then finally there's like the top one, which is Premium, which has a collection of like games from the PS3 era. And one of the games being added, I believe this month, if not this month, the next, is the Sly Cooper collection. I am so excited for that because I am a huge fan of Sly Cooper, and I definitely wanted them ported to PS4, and now I have my chance. Granted, I'll have to get the PlayStation Plus. I'll have to upgrade PlayStation Plus to get it, but I definitely am excited, and I even want to stream the game. So I actually beat Sly Cooper and the Thieves Raccoonus not too long ago, but I beat it on PS3 and it was off stream. But I'd definitely be down to stream it again, and once it comes to PlayStation Plus. And Sly 2, which is the main Sly game I played back in the day, that is always a fun time, so I definitely want to play that. And Sly 3 I've never played, so definitely good stuff with it coming to PS4, and I can't wait to play them. And I'd be down to upgrade my PlayStation Plus just for that. But finally, the last thing I want to talk about is believing in yourself. So, believing in yourself. Sometimes in life you have an idea, or you have something that you want to do, and you present this idea to other people, and not a lot of people invest in it and tell you that it's worthless, that you're not going to get anything from it, and that you should just give up on it. But oftentimes what we've seen in history is that people who have been told this and then go through with the idea anyway, sometimes it doesn't work, admittedly, but oftentimes it does, and it leads to people breaking societal norms, promise, challenging the system and everything, and their idea being really successful. So sometimes you have to bank on yourself. Sometimes you have to block out those who doubt you and say, hey, to yourself, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to accomplish this goal. Well, no matter what, even if these people don't have my back, I will have my own back, and I will get this done. And I promise you, once you have that mindset, you will get it done. And support from others is great, but even if others don't support you, just keep it moving and keep on with your idea and stay consistent with it, and you will accomplish it. Either that, or you will come pretty close, or you may find something new that you want to do instead. But sometimes you have to bank on yourself, and sometimes you have to go out and get it for yourself because others won't put that support into you. That's okay. Hey, leave them by the wayside and go get it for yourself. Remember, it's for you, not for them. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know when I upload, so you can check it out as soon as it drops, whichever video it is, and I will see you guys later. Peace.